Yes, good morning and welcome once again. Good morning and good afternoon, depending on where you're coming from. And yesterday we looked at how to draw our support and resistance, and in today's lesson, still is a continuation of support and resistance. We are trying to bring you all the simplest ways so that you can be able to make trading very easy. So today we are going to look at another alternatively, how can you draw your support and resistance? How can you find those points on your chart? Okay, so today's class, it is shorter. It's going to be shorter than yesterday's class because this is just an alternative on how you can get your support or resistance line. So you're asking, how is that really possible? You are going to come here on the pencil. We are going to find what we call the fib retracement. The fib retracement, you'll be able to get it from Gann and Fibonacci. Okay, it's here, the fib retracement. It gives the key points in the market where the market is expected to reverse and where the market is expected to move either in an upward trend or a downward trend. So using this Fibonacci or fib retracement, you can be able to spot those given points, because the fib retracement comes with lines, a number of lines, but in accordance to the history. So you can use it in two ways. One, you can use it automatically, or you can draw it manually. Okay, and there are only two ways you can draw it accordingly. First and foremost, you have to first see, is this the upward trend, or is this coin on a downward trend? The moment you spot that, the easier this will work for you, because on an upward trend, you will come press your fib retracement from this low point to the high point. In case this trend, it is an upward trend, and vis-a-vis, if you find it that the coin is on a downward trend, you'll come press your Fibonacci, start from the highest point, then stretch it downwards to the lowest points, and it will be able to provide the lines of support and resistance. So let's come and pick our fib retracement. In this case, we are going to first use this area here as our example. So you come on the pencil, pick your fib retracement. Since this is a downward trend, we are going to begin from the highest point, then drag it to the lowest point. Then you tap the screen, and you see here the lines are already drawn. We have this 100% line, we have the 78, but we are going to focus on a few lines here, the major lines where we expect either the price to reverse or to make a reversal. Okay, so this point here, in fact, why should I tell you this? Because it's not the Fibonacci lesson. Allow me, guys, I shall talk about these points here when we come to the class teaching the Fibonacci. We shall be able to know what these Fibonacci levels are. Okay, so today, since we are just looking for an alternative way of drawing support and resistance, you will come then of course draw these points here. Where you see a line, you draw there a horizontal line. Where you see another line, you draw there a horizontal line. Okay, you can draw your lines as much as you want, okay. So I think let me end with this line here. Let me draw all of the lines. So after drawing there, you can remove this Fibonacci. You tap on it, then come to the dustbin icon so that you can delete it. Okay, so now when you go to the current price, remember we picked this Fibonacci depending on this downtrend here, but as you scroll to the future or to the current price, you see that the prices of course respected our lines. Okay, the prices respected our lines. You see here, now this line acted as, let me change it in color, this line here acted as our resistance 1, because you see here the price respected there and the price failed to break through and it came on a downward, so that qualifies to be our support 1. Okay, you see it respected that line twice in the history, and that's why we expect this coin to go still down, because it formed what we call the double top. When it forms the double top, chances are high for this coin to go still down. We shall be able to talk about that in our classes when we start to talk about candlesticks and chart patterns, so don't mind about what you don't know right now. Okay, so we drew this Fibonacci in the history, but it is providing us with these lines into the future. We can use these same lines as our support and as our resistance, because you see here, when prices went down, it respected this area here. It was the area of support, and prices went up, but it encountered a resistance and it moved down. Now it's again trying to see whether it can break this resistance line. And how do you know that it has successfully broken this resistance line and it's time for you to take a trade? Remember, when you take a trade at this point here, your take profit will be at the resistance here. So how do you know that it's really the good time to enter this trade? You want to confirm that prices are going to go upwards instead of coming downwards. So this is how you know it. You have to look for a breakout candle, and a breakout candle is this one here. A breakout candle must open from below your line. Okay, it must open below your line. This is our line. and it closes above the line, so it qualifies to be. Sorry guys, this is urgent. I have to pick this call. Okay guys, that was urgent. So I told you that a breakout candle must open below your line and it closes above your line. And to find a confirmation that the prices are going to go either up or downwards, you have to focus on this second candle. On this second candle from the breakout candle. The second candle must open above your line and it closes above your line. Don't mind whether it is a bearish candle or a bullish candle, provided it opens and closes above your line. So that qualifies to be what we call the confirmation. And the moment that candle closes, then you can enter from where it has closed, then take your profit to your resistance. Like in this case here, let's try to lower the time frame so that we can see. Okay, so this brings it out clearly. So this was our breakout candle. It opened below and it closed above, and this second candle was our confirmation candle. It opened and it closed above. So don't worry while you are seeing this kind of down movement here. The prices will always go up, come to form a retracement, then it moves in upward direction. So this is what it is looking for, a support. It is looking for a support, and this, of course, it will come to our resistance too. In fact, it can also break this, but I would advise you to first take profits at this point here. So the moment this candle closes, like you see, it is left with only 4 minutes to close. So you can keep on monitoring this, and the moment it closes, then you come, bring your price range, press it to where your next candle has opened. Like let's say it opens from this point here, then measure to this, and this will be your take profit. It will be 2.9, but I would recommend you to take 3/3 of the journey. Like you can take from 2%, not exceeding 2.5. Okay, so that's how you can alternatively draw your supports and the resistance. Guys, I told you that today's class is going to be a little bit short, so go practice that, and I'm sure you'll be able to make successful trades. And if you try to add in the indicators, you can add in more indicators like the MACD, the RSI. Now the RSI, it shows that it is on a downward trend, but it can form a V here, a V here. Remember, it confirmed that it must go a little bit up, but even though it forms a V here, it is in the oversold area. So you won't expect these prices to move as high as 5%, 9, 10, or it will move like 2% or 1.5. So I would recommend, if you are to take a risk and enter this trade, you take little profits until you find this same scenario when the RSI is around here in the oversold or below 40. So there you will take your huge profits like 3%, 4%, and so on. So guys, from me to you is a nice time. Continue subscribing, like this video, share it with your friends, come to TikTok, follow our channel The Crypto Independent, and we move on. Otherwise, be blessed. Happy business, happy trading.